ass like, why you gotta stun and shit? In and out the crib, I just do it for the fun of it.
Shooting in the game, he ain't never had no jumper, bitch. I'll cross you, step back, James Harden shit.
Ballin' with the gang, if there's an issue, we gon' fix it. Bad little shorty, I'ma fuck cause she licked it.
Yeah, take a big trip, gang with me, that's how we get. Niggas ask why I gotta stunt, it's for the fun of it.
Mama always asks like, why you gotta stun and shit? In and out the crib, I just do it for the fun of it. Drop top car for the win from the top, bitch. I'm a style nigga, yeah, I like to switch rich fit. Shorty look good, she give me contact with her lips. Never really care, so I guess I'm a misfit. Shorty wanna link, she a freak, yeah, I'm used to this. Movie light at the palace, bitch, I'm sipping. Looking at these wannabes, yeah, I'm grinning. Sunlight sparkle on the wrist, I ain't kidding. Knocking down these hoes, I ain't tripping. I'ma share the mic, let my nigga D finish it.
Bitch ain't doing what she gotta do, she getting dismissed. Too many niggas on a period throwing bitch fits. Had to tell a nigga step back, he on some different shit. You don't even know me like that, I'm acting ludicrous. Pulling up indifferent with people looking like, who is this? Back in the day, I wouldn't think that it would come to this. Smoking fat woods in the backwoods for the fun of it. Niggas act hood, but it's not hood, boy, I'm done with it. Been chillin', letting these little niggas have fun with it. We dealing with these people that's really fucking irrelevant. Only moving with motherfuckers who make me elevate. They can't fuck with us, boy, we heavyweights and they featherweight.
Mama always asks like, why you gotta stun and shit? In and out the crib, I just do it for the fun of it.
Shooting in the game, he ain't never had no jumper, bitch. I'll cross you, step back, James Harden shit.
Ballin' with the gang, if there's an issue, we gon' fix it. Bad little shorty, I'ma fuck cause she licked it.
Yeah, take a big trip, gang with me, that's how we get. Niggas ask why I gotta stunt, it's for the fun of it.
Niggas ask why I gotta stun it for the fun of it, fun of it, fun of it, fun of it, fun of it. What up, y'all? It's Pride of the East Side, DJ MH Tutter.
Rahima, the uppity project chick.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Wild. Neighborhoods, what's cracking, man?
This is Bar for Bar, where we talk about hip-hop, culture, and more.
Man.
What's cracking like?
That was a strong man.
Y'all was getting drunk last night, I heard.
You see me. I ain't saying drunk, but you know, it's real out here. You got to keep that water up in you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Let me explain.
Let me drink some hand sanitizer.
No, fam.
Wait, what?
You trying to keep...
Okay.
Ain't that how you get rid of the coronavirus?
That's what Trump
sorry.
said.
For those who don't know what we talking about, man, if you was in Chicago last night, y'all know we was at 1540, the all new 1540 North Milwaukee, West North Avenue.
No, West North Avenue, bro.
1540 West North Avenue. You can tell we had a night. And it went down 2 nights in a row, Friday and Saturday night back to back. We was there, man. It was shots. It was a crazy time. Good times, man.
Shots. Shot. Everybody.
All I can say is I was out of control. They was out of control. We all was out of control.
Don't bring me in on that. Talking about
what? You was the main one. You had to be there. You had to be there. What's good though, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Feeling groovy like a drive-in movie.
I'm feeling like I need water. You know, that's all. I feel like I need water. That's about it. More water. Water does your body good. And natural spring water. I ain't gonna say what the brand is because they ain't paying us. So you know what I'm saying. But get you some.
That's a fact. So we said it already. It's Bar for Bar, where we talk about hip hop, culture, and more. Before we get into today's show, let's shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Supreme Creators Maintenance and Remodeling, man. Make sure y'all get in tune with them. Go like the pages on Facebook and Instagram at Supreme Creators Maintenance. Hit them up. No job too big or too small. Home repair, remodeling work done. If you need anything done, just hit them up and let them know. Bar for Bar sent you. And can't forget about Reppin' Clothing, man. REPPIN Clothing. Go check out the website, reppin.net. And make sure y'all grab some of that dope gear over there, man. And let them know Smash Cash sent you, man.
Make sure y'all check out RainaRay.com and get you some Raina Ray apparel, tops, leggings, whether you're small, curvy, or somewhere in the middle. Make sure y'all check them out. Right now, we're almost sold out because we're moving to Texas. So we're going to be restocking in May. And make sure y'all keep a lookout for that Juneteenth outfit.
Moving to Texas.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to Texas too. Everybody moving to Texas, man.
Damn, I'm gonna go to Jamaica. Fuck y'all.
Wait,
live?
Jamaica?
Yeah.
I'm with Jamaica. I like Jamaica, but that's an island. Like you just lost and you stuck there. Like what? Can't go nowhere.
Oh, okay.
But you can get that. Public card, love money, mine. No. Oh.
That's your Jamaican accent?
No. Shout out all my rosters, man. Shout out all my rude boys and rude guys.
We got to get to today's show, right? So today's show, we have two hip hop legends, two hip hop icons, two super dope. I always say that, but super dope, MCs, pioneers, Terror Squad's on, Bad Boy's on, Bad Boy G on its own, rather.
Wait, you call him a G? Oh yeah, he was a part of G.
Harlem World, the Bronx.
Murder Mason is bitch.
Fat Joe versus Mace, man. It's the conversation on today's episode of Bar for Bar. And like we always do, because we are sometimes gentlemen around here, we kick it off with the ladies. So
Sometimes I'm always a gentleman, bro. I don't want that to be missed.
That's a fact. I just want to,
he just tried to go there. I'm always a gentleman.
Radio Rahima.
So what he say is, on your days alone, I can make you moan. Everybody know I get more bounce than the ounce. Bad boy get more money than you can count.
Uh-huh.
So, you know what? I ain't gonna say I was disappointed at this, but I was kind of disappointed at this. Going back
she ain't gonna say what she gonna say.
Going back and listening to Mace, I really feel like now we know that Bad Boy was a entity that helped and also hurt some artists in their artistry and their career choices. I felt like Mace was one of those people that he hurt because it was more about entertainment. And like if you once you actually start listening to Mace, you catch some videos, maybe catch a couple freestyles, then boom, you can hear the lyricism and you can hear like it's like you got one of those scales where it's a 0, it goes up to 100, and Mace just never quite get there. But it's that though. He got the potential, but he never quite get there because he was so caught up in the entertainment aspect of it, and him and Puff being partners in this shit, which was still dope as fuck anyway. But Puff isn't a lyricist or a lyrical person.
Puff just an entertainer, yeah.
And so Mace had to play off of that because then it would be an off-ass balance. So I felt.
So you felt that? So I just want to clarify what I'm hearing you saying. So you're saying that Mace didn't use his full potential because he was rapping with a not subpar, but what would you call it? Inferior rapper is what you're saying, like somebody who wasn't up to his same status. So he dumbed this shit down. In other words, is what you're saying.
You know what? I wouldn't even necessarily say an inferior rapper. Puff's, thing was to entertain, and that's what he did. He entertained us with the raps, the rhymes that he had wrote for him or that he wrote. Like that's what he did.
Or Jada wrote, or Styles wrote.
Yep.
We standing out now.
You know what I mean?
We standing out now. You know
what I mean? And that's what he did, and he did that shit well. But it would have been a mismatch. Like it would have fucked the whole balance up of what they had going on if Mace would have came in and just spit that shit. Like, so like put this background singer in. Like, where that nigga sequence dress at? You know what I mean? So it would have been a situation like that in my eyes.
Well, Mace was like, so just think about it. Biggie passed, right?
Right.
So it wasn't all a glitz and glam of Bad Boy before. When Biggie was there, they were still like, you seen swag, but you seen the flash and the swag, but it wasn't like,
no doubt.
It wasn't like
Biggie was ushering it in. He was ushering it in because he came in with the Versace and all that.
Right, but it was still swagged out. It wasn't what Puff made it like. What I mean is like it's flamboyant, right?
But and also, not to be cutting you off, I want you to continue your point. But also, we got to think about this too. Let's put this factor in. Puff didn't have all that money. He signed to Arista after Biggie died. So now continue. Which he got a big ass check from that shit. But continue. Go ahead.
So, well, that's a great point too. But so Bad Boy was trying to change his image. If I'm looking at it now, right? Because it was really trying to change the image. So it wasn't no more about going in on one artist and hoping he take us to the promised land. Because it happened already with Big, right?
Yeah.
It was now more about this the family and everything we gonna do, we gonna move about as family, and Puff is the face of it. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Go ahead.
Puff and the family. Right. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Well, but that's to continue what I was saying is, that it was the shiny suits. It was the everything that we was looking at, but not focusing on Mase lyrics or his ability, to spit them bars. And I mean, why did Mase go to church? Did he ever explain that?
That's a whole different conversation.
Hold on. Did you just ask that on camera?
So it ain't even just Mase going to church though, right? One of y'all got y'all phone on or something? Because I hear echo.
You hear that?
Maybe it's just me on my end. I don't know.
No, hold on, let me turn it down right here. It might be. My mic might be too far.
Oh yeah, there it is. So it ain't just Mase went to church though.
Yeah,
it was like a few of them. It's either like they was going to church or they was going to jail.
What you said? Loon became Islamic. Ramadan Mubarak to Shine. He down there believe he's a politician now, but we know he went Judaism, like Hebrew Israelite, real strong.
I think one of the ladies in Total's a minister now, I believe.
Wait, what?
Yep, one of the women from Total. I don't quote me, but I believe that one of them became a minister as well.
It's not the gay one, is it?
I don't know.
Wait, which one was gay? The dark skin one y'all saying was gay?
Yeah.
I'm talking all these rumors, man. Well, I just know one of them was what you call the sister.
Vita.
Vita,
yeah,
Vita sister.
Shout out to Vita.
But all right, we back because you see how we just went way left.
So back to you, radio.
But okay, now I guess I'm kind of done with Mase. Like I think I got my point across on Mase. But when it comes to Fat Joe, there was no room for error when it came to the bars and the lyricism because of who he had around him. You had Big Pun, you had fucking Remy Ma, and the rest of the fucking Terror Squad, there was no room for error. Like, you either had to come hard or you went the fuck home. And I know
but you know that now the thing with that is that's actually they later on. They 2 albums after he had actually been out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you hear the difference as well, though. Don't get it too
right.
You hear how he got. I'm gonna say he got more sophisticated when he got with Big Pun and them with his bars. But go ahead, keep continuing. I don't want to keep cutting you off.
Well, and but that's a part of the growth, though. From when it comes to the bars, that's a part of what we talk about. His growth from when he started to when he got to Terror Squad to when he, when he finally elevated and it's like, holy shit, this nigga Fat Joe is a force to be reckoned with. True, you know what I mean? But even though once he got with them, he still had them around. See, that'd be the thing. Motherfuckers be knowing motherfuckers behind the scenes, but they ain't quite linked together yet. And it's like, hey, my nigga, let me teach you something real quick.
You want to talk that business shit? You talked about Puffy. Talk about some of his business. No, let me stop. I ain't gonna start that shit.
I talked about Puffy because it seemed like that whole entity, just seeing the artist go in a direction. Real quick, you know, they were saying Puffy was coming at the big name companies about paying black people, but motherfuckers was like, hey, pay your artists first. What the fuck?
Oh, damn.
The audacity. But
damn.
So Fat Joe took this for me, obviously, because I felt in Fat Joe's career, it was more about the lyricism. It was more about the bars. It was more about, you know, hip hop and not entertaining. And I just think Mase got too caught up in that whole entertainment shit, you know, and I felt like we really could have had a great rapper. I feel like, okay, I don't want to sound bad when I say this.
Go ahead.
I feel like Mase has earned his name in the game, but only because he was riding the coattails of Big right after Big, and then he blew up.
Wait, before that though, they said, bro, like don't do Mase like that.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but
Murder Mase, hold on.
But listening to his shit, it was like again, I just don't feel like he reached his full potential.
That's why he came out with Double Up, because he felt like y'all wasn't feeling him when he dropped the first shit. You know what I mean? The Harlem World shit. So he had to hit you back with Double Up.
At that time, we was barely feeling him. Okay, anyway. So Fat Joe won this for me. And that's that.
All right, well, who you got?
I got a shout out my sponsors. You know, it's legal in Chicago. So.
Facts. It's all facts.
So this one here, first and foremost, it was
you all right, brother?
Yeah, no, but I had to think about this one, right? You know, like I felt like it really was kind of unfair balance because of the catalog both of them got, right? And Fat Joe got a longer catalog, so which to me allowed us to see his growth, as what we talk about with Bar for Bar. You know what I mean? Like when he first dropped, what was the first one? I forgot what it was. The Bronx something. Like when you hear Joe, you hear hip hop, like how they're bringing it fucking with it, the doctor, another about, and he, you know, he was Fat Joe the gangster then.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear it in his bars. Like, he sounded like...
His first album is Represent.
He represented. Coming from the block. He did his thing. And if you try to compare that to listening to Mase's first album, which is Harlem World.
Harlem on the Rise. You don't want no problem with his guys.
Like, we got to remember that Mase coming in on the team as a sample team. Like, you know, Diddy never had the hit what they would call the Hit Boys, Hit Squad,
Hitman,
my bad. They had, you know, they was good with the samples. So you sound like you hear a traditional hip where, as Wu-Tang was saying, because I don't know if y'all remember during that time too, Wu-Tang was getting down on the Chinese suit niggas and all this sampling shit. You know, he was saying they were talking like this shit. So yeah, versus what you'll call original hip hop, I guess you'll say, like the boom bap beat with the shit they got, you know what I mean, with Joe and shit. So it's a difference, but you know what I mean, like the comparison.
That's kind of capish because hip hop is built off samples.
True that. Because remember that the break.
And I just made up a word. It's capish.
Look, this thing, I'm finna stop and say, where the fuck you came in with this with that, right? Capish. Mark his words, right? So, and you're right, because they took the sample and they just took the break that they like off. True. So, okay, cool, right? So, listening to this shit, right? It'd be like Joe hit you with the bars. Mase hit you with a melody type of flow, right? And but Mase and Double Up come back, but not even. I ain't gonna even go to Double Up yet. I'm just talking about 24 Hours to Live.
Mm-hmm.
Like with some standalones right there. Mase show you why he get out and why he's supposed to be a representative of this hip hop thing and why he represented Harlem like that. Now, if I ain't mistaken, at that time he was like the new era. He was like the usher that he ushered in Harlem pretty much to us. But at that time we don't really have no. If I can, we ain't got no Harlem big up rapper in that age group at that time. You know what I mean? So think about it.
Right. Only it's like everybody's on the rise. Like Big L is on the rise, and yeah, but they all right. They all together.
They all children of the core. You know what I mean? That shit right there. So you had him, Cam, Big L. You know what I mean? So they all fuck around with each other. So you got this here going on, but he just the first to pop, pretty much, that we really see. He get the bigger eye because he get with a team that got the bigger vision. Now you go, like I said, you go back with Fat Joe with respect. Then you hit you with Joe, right? Jealous Ones, Envy, and you hear his.
He said Joe Jose.
No, was it the first one, Jose?
No, the first one was Represent. The second one was Jealous Ones, Envy.
Right, but it ain't. Did he do Jealous Ones?
So Joe, right, yeah, right. Joe and then Jose later. Yeah.
He tried to go.
You're right. My bad.
He just had to go, right? But you hear the growth. Now, see, the problem that we do get with some of this is, like you say, you hear when Terror Squad come around. We just gonna put it out here, man. Rumorville. Let's put Rumorville out here. When Joe really get the popping, this is around Big Pun and them around here. They said some of that pen was Big Pun pen.
Damn.
That's what we heard. But again, though, even after years after Big Pun is gone, may he rest in peace, Fat Joe keeps going. Now, the thing about it is, so we get double up Mace Lee. Boom. You hear it now. To really get some music from Mace, you got to go check out some mixtape shit, like, so you can get some of his shit. Like, if we go more about again, you got Jealous Ones, Envy. Jealous Ones, Still Envy. You got the Terror Squad shit. Like,
Loyalty, All or Nothing, Me, Myself, and I, The Elephant in the Room, Dark Side, Volume 1 and 2. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Family Ties, Pluto and Pluma.
So this catalog just continue to go, and then what I liked about Joe is Joe didn't have to continue to have 5 albums, but he continued to have hits that made him continue to go on his career. And for that being said, bar for bar, I had to give it to Joe.
All right. So Mace, I like Mace. Mace paved the way for some of our favorite rappers today, honestly, right? Like Fabulous. You would say you could see the Mace influence in Fab.
Yeah, I do see that.
Even that 50 Cent rap style, a little
50,
bit.
absolutely.
Like when I first was hearing 50, I was like, damn, that nigga, because if you give Mace, not to be cutting up, but Mace had that like little slow melodic flow at times.
And it wasn't aggressive. Mace flow wasn't aggressive. Mace flow was real cool, like calm. He wasn't hollering, and Mace was rapping to the women. He wasn't, on all the rah-rah shit, right? But if you really tune into Mace and you listen to him rapping on Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, or the Been Around the World remix and 24 Hours to Live, and it's a joint that I want people to go check out if you ain't never heard it. It's on the Life of 1472, which is Jermaine Dupri joint that that he did with Da Brat. And I just had it up. Let me go back to it real quick. It's called Get Dealt With, I believe is the name of the song, right?
Okay.
And on the name, you Get Dealt With. And on this joint with Da Brat, Mace is spitting like fast, like that, like the original Chicago or Bone, type style.
He showed you can do it his third thizzle.
Yeah. And so Mace's first album, Harlem World, is a classic album to me, right? Like that was one of my favorite joints. Like Mace spit, like he was spitting and he was talking his talk. to me on Double Up, he kind of fell off. Like Double Up was cool, but it wasn't like, it was like, what is this? And I think Mase fell into the category of where you see a lot of artists where they put you in a bag or they put you in a box, right? And they put you in this box so fast that if you don't keep creating within that box, you out. It's like they put you in a role because like just think about Mase on More Money, More Problems. Like Mase came out the gate on fire. Like his first records, our first time hearing them, he on some huge records. Like just think about More Money, More Problems, the Been Around the World remix, the Only You remix, then his own single Feel So Good. Like Mase is out though. He gone. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta keep trying to keep up with he got to keep up with that. But I'll say his career, he kind of reminds you of a like how they do a lot of these rappers now, or another example is an NBA player. How you might have game, like you might be super versatile, right? But they limit you to just standing on a wing shooting threes. So you become a role player, right? Like, because that's pretty much what Bad Boy did once Big passed. Everybody had a role, and either you was gonna fit in that role or you was, gone until you didn't fit no more. Which is why the Locks left, because it just didn't fit with what they was going on. And I ain't trying to make this a Bad Boy conversation, but I just felt like that was important for us to share as far as this conversation. Now, Fat Joe is different. Fat Joe is a hip hop student, right? Fat Joe started with DITC with Digging in the Crates. So you already know that he had to not only have the knowledge, but he had to have some lyrics behind him to be able to, be a part of that crew.
Yeah.
His debut album was phenomenal. I wouldn't say it was classic, but it gave us an understanding of who Joe was, right? And it was a good balance of music for us. Joe, to me, really, really took off when he got around Big Pun, right? And I'm not gonna say it was because Pun was writing his raps. I wasn't there. I don't know. I heard the rumors like you heard it. Okay. But I will say this, like we always say, steel sharpens steel. So Pun might have was able to help get some shit out of him that he ain't have. But to this day, he's still, delivering and contributing. But not even just the big hits though. I'm gonna give y'all my favorite Fat Joe album of all time, which to me set him apart in this battle against Mase. It's called The Dark Side, Volume 1. If you ain't never heard The Dark Side Volume 1, go check it out. Fat Joe is in his bag on there. He talking that shit, like he rapping his ass off.
No doubt.
And he got features on it, but it ain't like he was going to make a radio song. You know what I'm saying? Like just think about, because we know the hits like We Thuggin' and What's Love and all, we know those hits, but on that one, it's the one he got with Jeezy, which they went to the hood and was and shot it on the bridge and all that. I forgot the name of it. I don't feel like going to dig it up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. When you go check it out, go check out The Dark Side Volume 1. And that's what, to me, is what put Fat Joe over Mase, because I felt like Mase is dope, but we didn't get enough of Mase to really like compare everything. And what he did give us, though, was just like, he was like the LL of his time, without all the without all of, LL was able to give us a balance of Mama Said Knock You Out, or radio and stuff like that. Mase was just mostly music catered to women, so I took Fat Joe as well.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. And you know what? Going back to your comment, with Mase being on some big hits, coming out the gate, it's like a couple of those videos when you look back, do you even remember what the song was about, or do you remember him being in those shiny suits?
Right.
And that's the type of shit that I don't want to.
I'm gonna say both.
But the shiny suits is what get more traction when you go to talk about that shit. They don't talk about the lyricism behind it. We make jokes and talk shit about the shiny suits. I've never heard anybody say, hold on, man. Fuck them shiny suits. Did you hear what that nigga was spitting? I ain't never heard a motherfucker say that shit.
Which is crazy because he was really saying some shit.
Right. Like,
motherfuckers was because it was party shit, so they was partying to the shit. Like,
yeah, these motherfuckers flying around on the fake ass aircraft and all of that shit. Like, nobody ever really stopped and was like, hold on, man. I know we had big bright lights and shit, but did you hear what the nigga? No, we all continued with the jokes and the shiny suits and all of that shit. So.
True that.
Let's go listen to that verse on that Life in 1472 joint with
It's crazy because that was my shit. JD got out on that motherfucker.
Hey, yeah, that joint hard. So what the polls are saying, Radio.
Man, so again, this was one of those ones where I think it depended on the age group. You had some of the older people, so it's kind of like 50-50. Some of the older people was going with Mace, but then that also depended on the day, because I seen a couple motherfuckers do the same vote, and a couple days later it was Fat Joe.
Right.
But
they probably went and listened to the whole bunch. Like, hold on, my bad, I was tweaking a little bit. I was tweaking. Because I ain't gonna lie, when we first pulled it up, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I think I'm gonna rap Max. He got the hits. Then I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Fat Joe got hits. And wait, hold on. Fat Joe got bars. Then like you say, you get to go into that catalog and you be like, wait, hold on.
I forgot Joe was doing all that, especially when you hear like Make It Rain.
Yeah. Remix, like, huh?
I'm like, damn.
And you know what though, to add, I really feel like mainstream, I wish we would have got that versatility out of Mace. Like,
I think 50 was hoping that too. I think that's why he wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
That money, Diddy wasn't going. You owe me. Diddy said, you owe me.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate how Mace's career went down, and like I said, how he wasn't able to get his full potential. So,
Well, Fat Joe over Mace it is this week. Radio Raheem, hip hop news.
Oh my goodness, I'm starting to hate reporting fucking news. Shock G, man, what the fuck? Shock G is dead at 57. If y'all don't know who Shock G is, he is the iconic man behind the Humpty Dance. He introduced Tupac to the world. One of the founders of Digital Underground.
Shock G, the one who put the satin on your panties.
God damn. So it's he's dead at 57. I've been reading reports that there was no struggle. It's not clear what caused his death yet. I'm not even sure that they're even going to release that information, but they're gonna do an autopsy, and I guess we just gotta wait. Again, it's really unfortunate because we're getting to the age now where our generation is all about being healthy and eating better in life and all of this other shit. But for some of us, it's just too late, and it really sucks. So,
hey, they say death come in threes, man.
I really wish that these deaths wouldn't have came. So
yeah, it's crazy.
The crazy part, DMX, Black Rob,
Shock G.
Shock G. Damn.
Yeah. And that's
right before that, the Prince Marky D from Fat Boy.
Marky D. Yep.
Like, it's been real crazy.
Yeah. So it's been real sad. I don't even want to report the news no more. Fuck it, I'm going off. Okay, now I'm just
Wait.
Damn. We gotta end this show.
Shout out to everybody who's tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all for sharing the show too, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
So next up, Lil Wayne. There's rumors out here that the little fucking Star Wars looking motherfucker is married.
Hey, so wait, right? So I found out, no disrespect to no BBW, but they say she's a BBW for what I'm saying here. BBW model, they say. I don't know.
Well, that term is relative. A BBW model could be regular to us, so
okay.
Yeah,
she's not of our nationality, is what you
No, she's not. But anything over a fucking 9 or a 10 is considered BBW in their world.
Oh,
Like you look at a magazine and be like, this bitch ain't big at all. Like, how you got this skinny ass bitch modeling a 22W? Get the fuck out of here. Like,
thank you for explaining that.
So yeah, the BBW in their world is anybody that's over that standardized. If you're 5'6" and over 120 pounds, you're obese. Shit.
I was thinking BWW. I was thinking about a BWW because I'm hungry.
I was thinking about a BBC.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm gonna take a sip of my water. God dang.
I was talking about Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay. Well, this is what sparked the rumors. We're going to continue on. This is what sparked the rumors. Lil Wayne tweeted, "Happiest man alive. Today is the beginning of our forever, the Carters." And of course, everybody assumed that he's married.
Shout out to Wayne, though. Shout out to Wayne. I heard he coming out with a new album, too.
I
heard he about to drop a new album.
The Carters?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't want the Carter 6.
He got to drop something new now.
Hey, what up, Big D? Big D say, wow, what y'all gonna do with her? I don't know.
Okay, and last but not least, I don't know if you guys have been following the George Floyd murder trial.
Unfortunately, but fortunately, I have.
You know what? I emotionally cannot take it anymore. When I say I can't take it anymore, just everything in the news, the trial, I have not tuned into it the way that everyone else has because it's just too fucking much emotionally draining, like at this point. And I just want to know the results. I saw the news. I seen the videos. I don't need to relive that shit through a fucking trial. I need to know the results. Are we rioting or not? Like, I hit my Facebook. I need to know what's going on, you know? So, but on Tuesday.
You were just here for the shits. I love it. I love it.
But on Tuesday, he was found guilty of second-degree unintentional murder, which, in my opinion, that is bullshit. Because obviously, if you're leaning on someone, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but it's intentional if you're just chilling on a part of someone that gives them life. Also, third-degree murder up to 25 years and second-degree manslaughter up to 10 years. It was also noted that the trial did not have a hung jury or a jury that is unable to reach a verdict after deliberation and fails to reach a unanimous or majority decision. Meaning they went in and was like, this motherfucker guilty. I'm just hoping that...
24 hours. They got it Monday. Cause they was on a long vacation. I literally watched the trial, like wasn't trying to, but I did. So Thursday they were let out for a long break until Monday. Monday they came in, they got the directions to go in Monday morning, what to do. Tuesday evening or afternoon is when we got the verdict, pretty much. So 24 hours they got it.
So so I guess I was glad to hear that was, you know, that it was people that had some fucking sense and wasn't on the jury that felt like he had the benefit of the doubt, you know, because it'd be that one fucking juror that'd be like, nah, man, this shit, with them steady trying to blame it on the drugs and all of that. So I guess we're just hoping.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, why every time we go through something where we are hurt or harmed or whatever the case may be, is our past brought into the sake of the conversation, right? Like with George Floyd, or even like if somebody was shot or, you know, killed or whatever, like the 7-year-old girl who was killed unfortunately in a drive-through last week, where the first thing they talk about on the news is her father was he's a former felon with a bunch of Class X felonies. what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like,
yeah,
You got to build up a story, bro. That's the whole thing. They want to get. They gotta not soften it, but they gotta build a story up. So
they gotta justify it, like it's justifiable.
What's going on? Now that story I don't want to talk about because I've learned some more shit on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That shit crazy is all that door. But like you say with the Floyd shit, it was like even watching that trial, because they tried to use but this was the job of the defense. Don't get it wrong. They were doing their job. After I literally had to watch it, and when you watch this type of shit, you have to take your emotions out of it. Because their job is to defend dude, and they didn't just use just drugs. And it was crazy because I didn't hear none of this at first until I watched the trial. I'm like, damn, I ain't know. They've used the carbon monoxide coming from the tailpipe. Had to be a
crazy
because where his head was positioned there, him having health conditions, like they used every type of doubt. They, to put that type of, like you say, a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
And no bullshit. The way they defended that, if they would have came out with that, it almost would have been like, God, you know what I mean? Like, because the points that I'm like, I ain't even see that, but then they showed the video again, which is heart-wrenching and fucked up to watch. But then they showing you the position of where his head at, the tailpipe, and all this shit. But then they always go back to when they pan back, and they pan back to how this motherfucker just there, which
chilling.
Go poke at them other parts in you too. So
yeah. So, and you know what? It would have been hard for me to take my emotions out of it, which is why I didn't indulge. And I don't know about anybody else but when I get so emotionally involved in something and it doesn't go, like most human beings, it doesn't go the way that, I think it should have went in the end, that shit drains me. Like I will have to sleep for 3 to 4 days straight just so that my balance can return back to normal. Like I need to cancel out the world. So for my sake, I haven't watched any of the videos of anything that has happened in the past few weeks with Black and brown people. I did not watch the trial. I am reading about it though, but I cannot visually see that shit because it tears me the fuck up just reading about it.
Yeah. And it's crazy the way that it's okay. For me, it's a 2-2 balance, right? Because it's like because of these platforms, it's being able to be seen. The shit that we've been talking about for years that wasn't broadcast. Like you get like Rodney King, but Rodney King ain't the only motherfucker who went through some shit like this. It was hundreds of thousands of Rodney King before we saw Rodney King on video. Like a lot of us probably seen that Rodney King in our neighborhood type shit. You know what I mean? But that's as far as it went. It ain't never went, boom, we see Rodney King on video. Now this shit is being seen every day.
Every day.
Some shit. Because like you say, as we get receiving the verdict for George Floyd, this shit happened with the girl.
With the young lady. Yeah.
Wasn't that with the knife? Or during the same time of the trial of this.
As we getting the verdict, that happened, yeah.
The dude right down, not even the verdict this time, when they still having the trial in the same, right down on the street. Old girl shoot the dude.
Yeah, Dante, right.
Like, so it's like, and we getting, and it's being seen. Like, they even dropping the video to the point, it ain't like we're recording this shit. They dropping the police dropping the video same night. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are y'all doing? Because this is shit you got to talk about, right? What are y'all trying to do to the people? Because this is something that happens to your senses. Again, we talk about this shit like in movies, it was violence, but you never really saw this shit unless you get back in our day was what? The movie Faces of Death? Where you saw like the real actual motherfuckers get fucked up. You like, oh shit. Some motherfucker watch the whole shit like, oh, hold on, nah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that shit crazy, bro. Turn that shit off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now it's like, nigga, just press play, and this shit is on your Instagram, your Facebook, you know what I mean? And motherfuckers sharing it. Like some motherfuckers said it out of the just
Twitter shit. Some people gonna text it to you like, you see this shit, like.
Because
it's in your face.
You got other motherfuckers who just posting this shit just to get the view. So it's like you're bombarded with this shit.
Yeah.
So again, what does it do to the psyche? What does it do to the people? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, and you know what though? I feel like in the younger, again, we keep having this conversation, and the younger generation ain't going. I'm really starting to feel like it's one of those scenes in a movie where we're all standing around, except we got cameras in our hands, and we're watching the slave master kill the slave that rebelled against him, and we ain't gonna do shit because we too fucking scared.
yeah.
That is the scene that I keep replaying in my fucking mind through all the movies that we've seen on slavery and all of that. That is what all of us are lined up like fucking slaves, and we gonna stand here and watch the slave master or the dude who's supposed to keep the slaves in line beat him or kill him immediately. But he gonna beat him until he dead to prove a point.
Yeah.
So we gonna end that hip hop news on that point because we gonna fuck around and take this into a whole nother show.
Facts. So, wow. I Raina Ray Apparel. Sorry, Raina Ray. Wow, what you listening to?
Oh man, hold on, man. Let me see. I had a bombard of music. Man. Shout out first of all to the Nan Trey. I got Fact Rap 1 and 2. That's been on the playlist like every day. But of course, you know my Griselda family been dropping shit like boom, bing, right? So y'all already know the plugs you meant too. The plugs I meant too by Benny the Butcher is out, right? But this La Machina by your boy Conway the Machine. Bananas, like drum work music. Shout out to everybody over there, man. Also, I've been back in my bag, right? Low key, I've been watching videos of Beats by the Pound, right? So watching that interview geeked me back up. So I went back and like, y'all don't want to do Master P. I'm telling the people, yo, right? Look, so P. A lot of shit I found out now, this nigga just went in. Like they say, look, P caught the Holy Ghost. Some of this shit he didn't even write. He just hit a beat and be like, hold on, I'm going in the booth. Like, so I've been listening to Ghetto Dope.
Hey, that's one of my favorite albums all time.
MP The Last Die.
Oh, yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all something. This nigga Wild Bill pulled up on me playing fucking Master P. When I tell y'all, this nigga had the worst ad-libs of fucking all time. Like, if y'all don't know me in my personal life, I love the ad-libs. At this point, the ad-libs is what helps make us up. Well, you know what? I'm not even at this point. I've always loved the ad-libs. And P is just the worst fucking ad-libber fucking ever. Like, this nigga don't need a break in the song. He don't need a beat. The nigga just come in and say some shit. Like, the producer couldn't have just do that. Okay, never mind. You did your thing. You did your thing.
All right. Y'all know it was 420 this week, so I had to hit up my Bud Smokers Only list. So, you know, I checked out Bone Thugs with Bud Smokers Only, you know. All Mystical, still smoking, like smoking, still smoking. I smell smoke. I checked out all of them. If y'all ain't up on Ransom, Crime Scenes, the app, check out the whole look. Cause him and Benny just dropped the song, right? So I checked out that song, which made
him and you said him and Beans.
Him and Benny the Butcher.
Oh, I know what you said.
Look.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody see that and know the way I like Rockefeller and love Rockefeller. Wow, I love Brazil.
I like music, bro. Like I like I like it all, bro. Like I'm listening to it.
I'm with you.
And of course, y'all know, you know, I listen to Black Rob, may he rest in peace, Life Story. You know, I've been checking that out. And who else I checked out? I think that's about it, man. It's been a whole bunch of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But Silk Chocolate too. I checked out Silk Chocolate.
Hey, Charger to the Game was dope. I don't know why people hate. I don't know why people be acting like. I don't know why people be acting like they wasn't rocking with Silk when Charger to the Game came out, bro. Like, let me hit it. Let me hit it. Played in every Chevy that rolled past the hood.
Let me hit it. Let me hit
Was
it.
that 96?
Let me hit it.
96, every Chevy that rolled past the hood. 96, 97, whenever that was playing Let Me Hit It.
Come
or
on,
what's the other? It Ain't My Fault.
huh?
That shit was playing hard, and every new No Limit song had a Soldier song, so you had to be listening to the Soldier song.
And look, the crazy part, right? I thought that was just us calling this shit. Literally, listen to Beats by the Pound. They say this is what they call them. He say every album had a Soldier song. Damn, so y'all call that shit too. Like, I just thought it was us because they ain't never say this is Soldier song. But we looked at it like, nigga, what the, like, when you hear everybody on that bit, like, nigga, you just heard the Soldier song, they went crazy. Like,
oh, God.
Well, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Radio, what you listening to?
All right, so I started out listening to Wu-Tang, so I've been listening to Wu-Tang. I've been listening to Floetry.
Okay.
Floetry.
That's a great combination, like a good.
Well, you know, I write poetry, so they've been putting me in a space to want to write and also improve some poems that I already have. I've been listening.
Do that?
Huh?
You could do that, like you could remix your poem. No.
Yeah.
He's a remix shit.
Well, right now I'm working on a 3-series poem, so not even realizing that I had already contributed to the series. I Am Not Your Grandmother. So that's the first poem I wrote. But now I'm working on the 3-series poem where you go from being a little black girl to being a young black woman to being a black woman. And then I guess it's going to be a 4-series poem then because I'm Not Your Grandmother is going to be included in that. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on that right now. I'm almost done with the little black girl poem. And that shit hit hard. I fucked around and teared up while writing that shit. So,
Can't wait to hear that, Joe.
Oh, God.
So I also, I guess my Spotify just decided to, you know, do this playlist, and I decided to click on it. I love my Midwest classics. So I've been listening to Kanye, Nelly, Bone, Eminem, Kid Cudi, Big Sean, goddamn Twista, goddamn Chingy, Lupe Fiasco, the Voice, the 5'9". Like, yeah, it's been a busy week for me musically.
Dope.
Yeah.
So this week,
and you know what? I didn't realize Bow Wow was from the Midwest for some reason.
He's from Ohio.
Like, I didn't even remember that in the back of my brain for some reason.
You don't remember that King of Ohio controversy that was going on between Bow Wow and I think Trippie Redd?
Don't start the shit, Joe.
Oh man, I don't because I don't follow Bow Wow short ass.
You don't remember that? I ain't starting nothing.
I do. I remember it though. I'm just like, don't bring it back up because now they're gonna be commenting like, nigga, you know what it is? We hold it down, Columbus.
Yeah.
Like,
facts. All right, this week I was listening to, of course, Fat Joe and Mace. I was listening to some Currency this week. I was in my Currency bag. Big Sean. I was listening to Crucial Conflict, The Final Tick this week.
No doubt about it, we
okay.
Front to back.
Okay.
That's my joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meek Mill. I listened to. Did I say Big Sean already?
Yes.
Okay, I listened to Big Sean. I listened to HD3 Chaz Up new album. If you ain't heard that yet, go check that out. I'm on that thing. Shout out to DJ L as well.
Right.
We hosting that thing. And y'all know when I'm in traffic, I listen to R&B, right? So I was listening to Mary, and I was also listening to Mariah Carey this week.
What, just a playlist, or is it something in particular you were listening to?
So when I listen to, you gonna make me tell some shit I got going on. So when I was listening to Mary, I've been doing my research, right? Because I'm in the process of putting together this Mary J. Blige mix. Okay. So I was listening to My Life this weekend, and you know, Be Happy is one of my favorite records of all time. So I was and so what's been taking so long because I've been trying to. I ain't even started playing the music yet. I just been listening because you can't play with Mary, right? Like you can't fuck up the Mary mix.
No doubt.
No. When I put it together, it got to be dope. And I was just listening to some Mariah Carey because I don't know, it just popped up on my playlist, and I'm like, damn, I forgot Mariah got 1 million fucking hits, and so through traffic it helps me get home. So yeah,
in Chicago traffic, you listen to that trap music or that drill shit, you be ready to jump out on a nigga like, what the fuck you driving slow for, bro?
All right, the show, we're about to end the show, but we just got a super dope comment, and this is the first time in Bar for Bar history that we've got this comment and this request. And I think that we should bless the people with this request. Shout out to Big D. Big D said, now that you're telling us about your poetry, will you bless us with a little bit to close out the show?
You know what? I like that.
That is a phenomenal request.
I don't see that request.
It's right there.
Look at the screen.
Let me go. How I know you wouldn't put that up there?
I see it right there.
How I know you wouldn't put that up there?
It's because it says
his name right there.
His name right here.
It's
yeah,
right there.
you could have did that. You could have did that. I know how y'all techie motherfuckers is.
I ain't no techie. I'm a DJ. so is this happening? You got us?
She look like she's pulling something up out of the scroller decks.
All right, I'm gonna do a part. I'm gonna do a part of the poem.
Smashcast ENT, Smashcast Radio on Instagram and Twitter. Like the pages on Facebook.
Follow me at DJMH, the number 2 DA, Instagram and Twitter as well. Like the page on Facebook. DJMHTwitter.com is the website.
You can follow me on Radio Rahima or okay, y'all making me nervous.
She nervous as shit.
Radio Rahima 312 or Ray Rahima, RAI Rahima on Facebook. So this poem is I'm Not Your Grandmother. So I got to do the whole poem. It's not a piece of a poem that can come out. So y'all ready?
Let's go. You need us to snap you in.
I stood up and performed this. I got this. All right.
Let's go.
So I was generated from generations of women that has festered in the pain of the oppressors. Sinking down a black hole of disparity and stresses, yo, fuck these oppressors. I refuse to give one more drop of blood contributing to the generational abatement of my gender native. Hey, who the fuck do you think you are telling me that I'm not black enough because I won't subscribe to your caveman 1950s bullshit? Because some days I prefer my edges slick, because I refuse to be your down-ass chick, or because I desire to have something more than an empty future, or to inconspicuously be your strung along for the ride, bitch. So they ask, how come my generation of women can't be more like our grandmothers? Because being the glue in the family meant hiding the abuse in the family, attempting to maintain a sanity just to be around undeserving relatives, feet planted in the kitchen providing food as a sedative. I would apologize, but realistically, I don't have that type of love in me. I would apologize, but realistically, I don't have that type of love in me. Somebody call a butcher because nobody gave a fuck about grandma until she started dying slowly from that sugar. My goal is to protect my peace. Confused at the reality because everyone believes that they deserve a peace. When you are a good person, everyone around you believes that they deserve a peace. But it's my responsibility to protect the life I have left in me, to protect the mother and wife in me, or the happily single woman that I choose to be, because I'd be damned if I raise another woman's child because my husband wasn't satisfied with the wife that I vowed to be. Again, they ask, how come my generation of women can't be more like our grandmothers? It's because our backs are no longer up against the wall for survival. We got a little lost along the way, but we're determined to break the cycle. Lord, we need a revival because that ground hurt when it broke our fall. Standing before you wounded, but I cannot afford to appear as if I'm not standing tall. Incessantly repeating failed attempts to nurse me. I set a blaze that leads to my path so you can no longer hurt me. What what am I worth to me? I'm worth more than you can afford. But even my mama wasn't sure when she birthed me because the angel that birthed her didn't even realize that she was worthy. You see? There was never enough healing often in that King James Bible. I had to figure out the God was in me because I am determined to break the cycle. Fuck a revival. At this point, I need a rifle. Because why the fuck is my granddaddy bringing a lady friend on a day that my grandma is being laid to rest? This can't be the same man that blessed her with 8 seeds of life that fed on her breast, because even in death, she wasn't worth his undivided attention. Despite loving this man until she breathed her last breath, her body suffered through every bit of that marital tension. The courage, the strength, and the will that it took to compose her. Ill-functioned reciprocity turned her into an ill-functioning soldier, the type of woman that added value to your life if you had the chance to know her. So when you ask my generation of women, why can't we be more like our grandmothers? It's because our backs are no longer up against the wall for survival, because my heart, my soul, and my peace is no longer yours to trifle, because I refuse to lay down and take one more generation of shit from subpar brothers with the notion that he's entitled to my giver of life, taking pride in being a subpar lover. No, I am not your motherfucking grandmother. What's that piece?
All right, man. All right.
Super dope, man.
And so we end this show.
Radio Rahima 312 or Ray Rahima on Facebook. R-A-I Rahima on Facebook.
And make sure y'all tune in next week because Wild is gonna juggle.
I had to look around like, who the hell are you talking about?
Shout out to Big D again. He say, love it. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate y'all for locking in and tuning us with us every week. We will be back here next Sunday at the same time.
Don't forget, if y'all want us to do some people, Joe, like they just did the verses with Redman and Method Man, but y'all can go back and check out our episode of Bar for Bar where we did Redman versus Method Man. So, you know what I mean? Like, we already with the culture. We are part of the culture. So, if y'all want us to do any two artists against each other, let us know. We doing motherfucking Azzy Brother and Earth, Wind, and Fat. What? Play with us if y'all want to. Just let us know.
Don't play with me, though. I don't know what y'all got going on. Don't play with me.
Next week is the Got Band versus
We ran through the city. When I come back on here, I got a long ass trench on.
Next week is the Got Band versus Frankie Beverly and Maze. All right. Yeah.
I mean, it is hip hop.